Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying these videos. You know, in the movie American Beauty, a young videographer asks the girl that he's falling in love with, "Do you want to see the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed?" Of course, she says yes, and he flicks on a video, and the camera captures a scene that could only be described as utterly mundane. It's just entirely ordinary. There's a discarded paper bag whirling in the breeze in front of a dull red brick wall. Normally, you'd turn away without even noticing it, and yet you sense that something else is there. The videographer explains, "It was one of those days when it's minutes away from snowing and there's this electricity in the air. You can almost hear it. And this paper bag was just dancing with me, like a little kid begging me to play with it." All of a sudden you realize that what seemed commonplace on the surface has a deep, indefinable beauty barely concealed underneath it. And the videographer says, "That's the day I realized that there was this entire life behind things." And he goes on to say, "Sometimes there's so much beauty in the world, I feel like I can't take it, like my heart's going to cave in." I don't know about you, but I had so many moments like that as a kid. In a certain way, I feel like my whole life, without my even knowing it, has been a secret attempt to legitimize and to explain what is happening in those moments. There is something extraordinary shining luminously through the ordinary world if we only have the vision to see it. It wasn't until I learned the tools that I really understood that tools don't just help you solve your problems. They eventually give you a kind of sixth sense. It's like a spiritual sense organ. They allow you to perceive the entire world around you as alive, alive in a way it never seemed before. So I actually began to catalog these experiences. And more, I found myself agreeing with what the videographer said. Ordinary things, paper bags, dead leaves, bridges, the sound of a hummingbird's wings, were in fact underlain by something alive. But what was even more interesting to me was that each object seemed to be trying to reach me, communicate with me. The whole world of objects seemed like it was trembling on the brink of asking for something from me. Fragile, timorous, it seemed to be asking me to pay attention. Simply pay attention. No one has ever expressed this more beautifully than the poet Rainer Maria Rilke. Listen to his evocation of how hungry the world is for our attention. Yes, the springtimes needed you. Often a star was waiting for you to notice it. A wave rolled toward you. Or as you walked under an open window, a violin yielded itself to your hearing. Perhaps we are here in order to say house, bridge, gate, fruit tree, window, but to say them more intensely than the things themselves ever dreamed of existing. These things know you are praising them, transient. They look to us for deliverance, us, the most transient of all. Without this spiritual sense, the modern world looks dead to us, disconnected, randomly whirling, soulless bits of matter whose motion is utterly mechanistic and meaningless. A world we not only don't appreciate, but carelessly exploit and destroy because we have no responsibility for it. We are not protectors. We are plunderers. Human consciousness, and specifically this spiritual sense you develop when you work the tools, has the power to bring the world back to life. Our attention awakens the soul of the world. This is how we redeem a fallen world, and in the process, ourselves. Thank you for listening. See you again soon.